Hey YouTube family, it's been a minute, Kelly here, and I just got off of a client session and I wanted to share something that came through on the session that I thought would be really helpful for any generators out here. And I have been working with this woman in a longer term container, which is something that I offer. I do my one-on-one chart readings, which is a recorded reading offer, which I actually have on special if you want to check that out below. I've done over like 400 of these readings and they're very in-depth, very advanced, and I've gotten so much great feedback from them over the years. It's such a accelerated way to learn about your human design in depth and have this kind of like concentrated file that you can continually come back to of these core components of your chart. I go into about 12 components, but I also offer one-on-one coaching for people who want to really work on embodying and integrating their design into their business, their embodiment practice, their relationships, their sexuality, all of these things. And this woman who I've been working with shared one of the most exciting takeaways she had from our container was really knowing her sacral response. And I wanted to just share a little hint, a little tip for how, if my phone's shaking, it's because my hand's not the steadiest right now. How can you identify a sacral response? And I'm going to give somewhat of a maybe unconventional practice that can be a really helpful building block, pardon me, for finding your own sacral response. And it can actually come through the art of noticing others. A sacral response essentially is when your system is lighting up as a yes to something. And when I say your system, I mean your somatic, physical, felt experience, your nervous system. It is a very mechanical experience, the sacral response, and it can be shown through us in how we're physically holding our body, in the light in our eyes, in the way our posture is, in the tone of our voice. It's mechanical, it's physical, it's very linked to the body, which is why I will continually be saying that if you're a generator and you want to be living a sacral-led life, how connected are you to embodiment and to moving your body in true, authentic, honest ways? So sacral response can be helpful to finding yourself by, one, noticing in other people. Really observe people when you're with them or out in public or friends in your life. When do you see someone's energy shift, right? Maybe they're talking about something and then they tell you about something and their whole energy lights up. That most likely is a response of their sacral, because it is an internalized experience of expansion, opening, sacral aliveness. The life force is quickening. So once you're seeing it in other people, you can then start becoming more aware of yourself. Now, this is just a tactic. It's not the only one. I'm not saying we should compare ourselves, but it can be helpful sometimes to see something external first. And then noticing yourself in conversations. What things do you talk about? And then you notice all of a sudden like your posture is more straight, or the tone of your voice hits a different octave, or you feel an excitement. And even if you're not well received by the person you're with, right? Because sometimes you might be with someone who doesn't have the capacity to like celebrate that level of excitement, and that's fine. It doesn't mean anything about you. It's more about the self-awareness. What makes me light up, right? Physically. We don't have to know what our lifelong passion is or our lifelong purpose is. Sometimes we have to just become more attuned to that subtlety of our somatic expression. And I think that can be such a powerful gateway into really knowing what sacral response feels like on an embodied, lived, very like tangible level. So if you found this video helpful, please let me know. If you have identified things that give you a really strong sacral response, share it below. I'd love to hear it, and I will catch you on the next video.